Basketball is one of the most culturally rich sports in the world. It unifies people from different backgrounds, and part of it is because of its community, excitement, electric playstyle, and its sneaker world. Sneaker culture has surrounded the league since the very start all the way to the present day with timeless designs, iconic moments, elite performance, and overall style. I know I've embraced basketball culture as well as sneaker culture for a long part of my life. So that's why I've decided to put together my top 5 lists of the most influential sneakers in basketball history. Do keep in mind that this list is purely my opinion, and if you think that I missed out on some important sneakers, please let me know about them in the comments down below. I'm starting off my list with the number 5 spot, dedicated to an all-time classic sneaker, the one that started it all, the Converse All-Star. This was the staple of basketball sneakers back in the 1900s, especially in 1917 when basketball was just getting some recognition amidst the popularity of baseball and football. The Converse Chuck Taylor featured a simplistic and functional design, with the purpose of providing athletes with stability as well as flexibility. Its high top cut, canvas upper, and what used to be at the time a revolutionary rubber vulcanized outsole for the traction and cushion was a great fit for basketball players. This pair of shoes made its way into the NBA in the league's early days, having almost every player rocking the iconic silhouette on the hardwood in the 50s and 60s, making the game popularity amongst the players and fans. I gotta say, I'm surprised how load management has taken over the league while players wear elite basketball sneakers that provide amazing cushion and support, in contrast to the days with players who just wore All-Stars, a literal pair of bricks, and still managed to play at their best. Just a subtle reminder that Wilt Chamberlain dropped 100 points in these bad boys, so you tell me. The All-Stars have completely stood the test of time, being from the league to being the official shoe of the Olympics for quite a while, and even being seen in your favorite rock star shoes, and even in formal events like weddings. They may lack the technology or a better functionality, but the Converse laid the foundation for upcoming gems in the sneaker industry, and there's no denying on their impact in the game. Next up on the top 5, in my number 4 spot, you might hate it, you might love it, it's the Nike Foamposites. Fellas, the Nike Foamposites are a piece of art, like it or not. It was one of the most unique and experimental basketball sneakers at the time due to its construction made by a polyurethane mold manufactured by a Korean car company. Designed originally for Scottie Pippen, who declined on the sneaker because it was kinda ugly, the Foamposites found their new representative player in Penny Hardaway. Now, at the time, it was a sneaker that gathered quite a bit of dust in Nike outlet shelves because of its price tag and design, which was ahead of its time. It was in the 2010s when the Foamposites rose in popularity because of its new colorways and collabs like the Supreme Foams. But the one pair that made an all-time impact on the sneaker game were the almighty Galaxy Dunks, baby. It was a special type of hype that the sneaker world just hadn't felt in quite a while. I don't think you understand the hype of the Galaxy Foams. People were outside camping for these shoes. Somebody even put their car on Craigslist for a size 10 of these shoes. This was outrageous! I love what the Galaxy Foams did for the basketball sneaker culture. It kept the hype alive for basketball shoes in the 2010s. Sneakerheads lined up and camped outside for hours just to get a pair of foams, and it is seen as an iconic silhouette in the sneaker world. Now, coming in at the number 3 spot, icy soles, 45 on the back, patent leather. It's the Air Jordan 11. Like the other 2 shoes previously mentioned, this all-time classic. What is there not to love about the Air Jordan 11s? And I'm sure this holds a special place in everyone's hearts. A beloved pair of sneakers designed by the legend himself, Tinker Hatfield. Now, if you don't know who Tinker Hatfield is, then I don't know what to tell you, bro. He's the man behind iconic silhouettes like the Air Max 1, the Air Jordan 3, and the Nike Air Max worn in Back to the Future. Looking at some details of the Air Jordan 11, the patent leather was actually used for MJ support and is now seen at formal events. That iconic outsole was used for a stronger grip on the basketball court and is now just a wonder to look at those icy soles. The full-length carbon fiber plate, it was a great addition for added support and hops, and now it is a sign of quality of the sneakers. Now, just like the foam posits, plenty of people raided the store just to get a chance of even getting the shoe in their hands. And this shoe has some great history as well, like Jordan coming out of retirement after he tried to play minor league baseball for a while, or how about the '96 finals when he won on Father's Day, and even the entire Space Jam movie. Not the LeBron one. The commercials, the look, the playstyle, everybody wanted to be like MJ. Heck, they still want to be MJ to this day. This pair of shoes could be number one depending on who you ask, but I think it's safe to say that the Air Jordan 11s have a guaranteed spot on anyone's top 3. I don't know if the number 2 spot is going to be a shock or not, but who knows. I think it's one of the most iconic pairs of basketball sneakers for a couple of reasons, so here it is. It's the Kobe 6s, man. You just know a pair of Kobe's had to be in this list. And out of all the great pairs of Kobe's that exist, I had to pick the 6s because of how they've held up firmly throughout the years, becoming a universal basketball sneaker. But how did the Kobe 6 become so influential in basketball, you may ask? Well, it's simple. Basketball is a sport full of fast turns, change of pace, and quick movements that at times can make it hard for the ankles to keep up with such hard movements. Because of that, high top shoes were worn for the purpose of stabilizing the ankle when it came to balling out on the court. Although, what low cut sneakers had that high tops didn't were less materials, which means less weight, which means more movement. And who needed that collar above the ankle? It was mainly for heel stability, so why not chop it off if it's still going to be stabilized by the shoe itself, high top or not? This low cut trend started to take shape with the Kobe 4s and 5s, but it reached its fullest potential once the 6s came out, being the lowest cut Kobe's, the lightest, and the fastest. In spite of being released in 2010, Nike adjusted the Kobe 6s, making them more suitable for players in the league by remaking them as Protros, also known as Performance Retros. The Kobe 6s are still worn by some of the best basketball players in the world today, seen on players like Jalen Brunson, DeMar DeRozan, Anthony Davis, Domantas Sabonis, and even Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. Low-cut shoes used to be a misunderstood design until Kobe popularized it with his signature shoe line, more specifically with the Kobe 6s. And even more signature low-cut sneakers have taken over the league by storm. Like it or not, the Kobe 6s made a huge cultural hit, turning the sneaker game by its head. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 1 spot, you probably saw it coming. It's the Air Jordan 1, baby. What is there to say or not to say about this shoe? It's the greatest of all time, baby! If the Converse was the blueprint for basketball shoes, then the Air Jordan 1 was the shoe to look up to. Everyone and their grandmas owns a pair of Air Jordan 1s. It's a shoe that has never gone out of style and will always live up to the hype, baby. You look down at someone's feet and you say, "Damn bro, those are some nice J's." And I've never seen nobody say, "Damn yo, check out my LeBrons." It is the shoe that saved Nike and boosted the company to superstardom as we know it today. This was when Nike was struggling against Adidas and Reebok. And what did Nike do? Sign an athlete that has never played an NBA game in their life and gave him a signature shoe. And what did the NBA do to these shoes? Banned them. Jordan had to pay a $5,000 fine every time he wore the shoe. What? They banned the Air Jordan 1s because they violated the dress code, which states that the player's shoes should be predominantly white while also wearing the team's colors. And what did Jordan do? Wore the shoes anyway because Nike was willing to pay out the $5,000 fine that the league would charge him. And so Michael wore the shoe again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Jordan absolutely destroyed the box score every single night with an insane scoring ability, crazy athleticism, unmatched charisma, and a relentless pursuit to win, which instantly made him one of the most recognized athletes, giving Nike just enough attention and leverage that the company made $126 million in sales in its first year alone, baby. The Air Jordan 1 has had a never-ending tale of success as new colorways and retros of the shoe just keep coming out. Since I first saw a pair of Jordans on someone else's feet, I knew I wanted a pair. Not because I wanted to look like them, but because I wanted to be like Mike. And who did you want to be like? Like Mike.